I'm a genetically fat person, but despite that, I've had abs pretty much every day for the past 8 to 9 years. And so in this video, I'm going to tell you how exactly you can get abs in time for the summer. Summer is just over 30 days away, and it'll probably be under 30 days away by the time this video comes out, so there's not much time for you to get abs in time for summer. This approach, which I'm going to give you, is going to be a bit aggressive. It's going to be very difficult. You're going to have to suffer a bit, but if you follow it to the T, you're going to get abs in time for summer. The first thing to do is to get lean enough for your abs to show. Now, if you're a higher body fat percentage, this will obviously take more work than someone that's a bit lower body fat percentage, but for your abs to show, you do need to be lean enough. You do need to be in a calorie deficit for a sustained period of time. I'm making this video assuming you're nowhere near abs at the moment, so we're going to go in a 1,000 calorie deficit. It's not normally sustainable, but because you only have to do it for 30 days, I'm going to recommend you to do it this time. So how do you know if you're in a 1,000 calorie deficit? Well, first of all, go on the internet, type in TDEE calculator, then enter your current weight, height and activity level, and that will give you an estimate of your maintenance calories. Then what you're going to do afterwards is download MyFitnessPal. This app will allow you to track your food. You're going to track every single thing you eat over the next 30 days, and that's going to be with a weighing scale. It needs to be 100% accurate because we only have 30 days to get those abs. So it needs to be absolutely everything, every drop of juice, every tiny little snack here and there, all needs to be tracked on this app. When I tried that for the first time, I literally starved myself. I went in an overly strict calorie deficit, and this allowed me to pull fat off quickly so I can get abs relatively quickly. And so if it worked for me, it can definitely work for you. Number 2, and you should really be doing this already, but maybe some of you aren't, but you need to weight train 3 to 5 times a week. Weight training helps strengthen your core so that when you do get lean enough, your abs will be more defined, they'll pop out more, and you won't just look like a skinny little stick. We also need to prioritize compound lifts such as squats, bench and deadlift, as well as ab exercises if we really want to focus on our core. So let's start with compound exercises. So you might not realize it, but compound exercises actually probably work your abs more than typical ab training, just due to the fact that you have to actually use your core to stabilize yourself on things like squats. So on every workout, you're going to start off with a heavy compound movement. And then let's go into the ab training. Now, me personally, when I was building my abs from home, I only did leg raises, planks and sit-ups. And that's all you really need to work your abs. Maybe add some resistance in there through using machine ab crunches or weighted leg raises. But you don't need to complicate it. Just train your abs maybe 3 to 4 times a week at the end of your workouts and just be consistent. I personally first built my abs by training abs literally every day from age 14 to around 16. And I built good abs so I can say it worked. But you don't actually need to do this. Training 3 to 4 times a week is more than enough. Especially if you're in the gym, which I wasn't, I was training from home. But especially if you're in the gym doing heavy compound movements, 3 to 4 times a week is more than enough. A third thing you need to do is walk at least 10,000 steps a day. No 5K running, no intense form of cardio, because when you're already in a calorie deficit, your recovery is already impaired by just having less food in your system. So you don't want to be doing high intensity cardio, which is difficult to recover from. Instead, low intensity cardio, while in my opinion it's a bit more boring and takes much longer to do, at least you'll be able to recover from it. And as I said, you only have to do it for 30 days. I made the mistake in the past of only focusing on high intensity cardio when I was first trying to lose weight. And luckily I was young, so it didn't have too much of an impact on me. But if I was to do it now, it would be much more difficult. I won't be able to recover and I'll be just tired all the time. In terms of tracking your steps, your phone will be able to do that. You should have Apple Health on your phone, or maybe Android Health if you have an Android. If not, you can also use your Apple Watch if you carry that everywhere. And if you don't have either of them, then I don't really know what to say. You can't really track your steps, then what I'd say is maybe just time yourself, maybe time the amount you walk. But if you're watching this video, you probably do have a phone. I myself, even now, walk 10,000 steps a day easily, but a lot of you do struggle with it. So what I recommend you do is, 1, walk into the gym instead of using public transport or taking the car. But I understand maybe for some of you that's not feasible. Another thing you can do is parking your car far away from the gym. The same applies to maybe parking far away from work or from your house. A final thing is just going for a walk in the park. The weather's nice at the moment, we're near summer. So yeah, just taking a stroll around the park, put some music on, maybe put a podcast in, and that'll help you get your steps in. So those are the 3 things you need to do to get abs in time for summer, but you should be wary. Doing all of this, you'll be starving all the time, you'll have low levels of energy, and afterwards, you'll probably lose abs because you haven't actually built the habits yet. You've done this hard, aggressive approach, so that's why it'll be very easy for you to regress once you've lost the motivation. So instead, unless you really need abs for this summer, try aim to get abs next summer, because 30 days is nowhere near enough time for you to get ready. Take a much slower approach which you can actually sustain long term, so that when you actually get your abs, you'll be able to maintain it. So instead of that 1,000 calorie deficit I mentioned earlier, go for more of a 3 to 500 calorie deficit. With the training 3 to 5 times a week, yes, still do that all year round. Maybe reduce the ab training to 2 to 3 times a week instead of 3 to 4 times a week. But still keep the compound lifts in, still make sure you're training regularly. And at 10,000 steps, you can keep that in, but if that's too much for you, don't worry, maybe reduce to something more manageable, like 5,000 to 6,000 steps, if that is more manageable to you. Although, as I said, I have done 10,000 steps pretty much every day this year, but as I said, maybe for some of you it's a bit too difficult. Be patient and you'll be able to keep your abs for the 8 to 9 years which I've kept my own abs. Hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful. If you did, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. I've also got the exact ab workout I did every day for 2 years when I got abs for the first time. I'm going to put a link to it in the description. You can follow it along, copy it if you do want abs as soon as possible. And follow me on Instagram. I'm going to put both my Instagram accounts on the side. You can follow my Reels account or my main account. I follow either or both if you do want. And yeah, have a great day. Also, this is central London. Look at the views, guys. It's currently like 8 AM, so there's like no one here. Otherwise, there's no way I'd be filming. But unfortunately, I couldn't film that as a backdrop because people walking past. But where I'm sitting, there's no one here. Comment below if you've been here before. Hopefully, most of you probably have. And as I said, have a great day.